We are the Harborcreek Historical Society. Pride in the past, preservation for future generations. The Harborcreek Historical Society would like to share with you the heritage and growth of Harborcreek Township through the Historical Society, Harborcreek School District, Penn State Erie the Barron Campus, and Knowledge Park. The Historical Society was founded in 1994 to promote and preserve Harborcreek heritage. In 1999, it moved into Knowledge Center, where the Historical Society displays many of the archives, journals, school records, and other references on local families and area history. The community support and volunteer efforts help ensure the family legacies in Harborcreek. Harborcreek Township celebrated its bicentennial in 2003. Of the many community projects, the Historical Society produced a commemorative book and a woven throw illustrating 9 landmark sites. During the fall of 2007, the Historical Society hosted a house tour in the village of Harborcreek, where the Dodge family descendants helped turn their old homestead into a living history event. The Historical Society's signature project was the preservation of the Gospel Hill Burial Ground. They continue as caretaker for the burial ground with the help of the community. The site contains the grave of Thomas Rees, who was a deputy surveyor hired by the Pennsylvania Population Company to survey the Erie Triangle and sell the land for development. He was one of the first landowners in Harborcreek, settling in on land referred to as Rees Reserve. The Historical Society logo portrays the forested land and mills which began the Harborcreek economy. The grapevine symbolizes the agricultural industry, which remains strong today. Harborcreek Township was established in 1803 when Erie County was divided into 16 townships. As early as 1797, settlers arrived in the area and utilized nearby streams and the rich farmland. Life of the community centered on the 3 villages of Wesleyville, Harborcreek, and Moorheadville. Each village was a stopover point on the Buffalo Road stagecoach line between Erie and New York State. There also became local post office locations in Harborcreek Township. Later, the villages served as major stations along the railroad and trolley lines. The local farmers produced grains and fruits on the fertile lands of the Lake Erie Plain. The abundance of creeks and springs contributed to the building of sawmills and grist mills that later gave impetus to the growth of lumber, textile, leather, and agricultural industries in the 1800s. Thus it was the mills, railroads, and agriculture that contributed significantly to the history and beginning growth of Harborcreek Township. Harborcreek continues to offer a wide array of goods, services, and activities. Harborcreek borders on 7 miles of lakefront and has numerous creeks feeding into Lake Erie. The water activities and township parks are great resources for recreational events. The new boat launch constructed at Shades Beach in 2007 allows easy access to this popular spot for fishermen and boaters.
Well, I think all the hard work of the certainly a long list of Harborcreek supervisors have really built the Harborcreek Park system into what it is today. Whitford Park is a great facility for families. Shades Beach, we just built a $2.6 million boat launch, which has really added to certainly the waterfront there in Shades Beach Park. Harborcreek Community Park and its sports and its baseball fields and soccer fields. What a great place certainly for families to gather. So I think the park system's come a long way, and we're very proud of it.
Harborcreek Township was initially governed by Erie County officials until 1843, when Harborcreek residents began local elections for 3 township commissioners. The governing body became the Commissioners of Roads and Highways until they were renamed as supervisors.
Well, the township, and in particular the township supervisors and employees, have really 3 main functions. First and foremost, we build and maintain roads. We plow those roads, keep them up so we can keep the traveling public moving through Harborcreek Township. That's certainly a big task in and of itself. But in addition to that, our park system, we maintain, we build, we do those things, keep the parks open for families because we think that's important to the quality of life in Harborcreek. And certainly zoning and code enforcement. We're enforcing our ordinances. In particular, we want residential to be with residential and business to be with business and industrial where that belongs. So it's all really the layout of the township, and ultimately you want a good community where people want to live, work, and play. I think the Harborcreek Township Comprehensive Plan, which is really our blueprint as to where we want to go, offer something for everyone in Harborcreek Township. Certainly we have a business district which is growing slowly but growing, and we hope that continues into the near future and certainly beyond. Our suburban areas, in particular Brookside and Fairfield, areas where I think families can settle and certainly have a good life there. And of course we have rural areas, still have maintained our rural heritage, our farmers, grapes and whatnot. So I think Harbor Creek's so unique because it really does truly offer something for everyone, and we want to see it stay that way.
In the early 1800s, the township progressed as a rural community. One of the first schools started in a barn near Moorheadville. By 1882, there were 13 one-room schoolhouses in the township. The last one closed in 1945. Several of the old school buildings still exist as homes or businesses in Harbor Creek. The Chambers Schoolhouse is the only one remaining without outside structural changes and is now one of the businesses on Buffalo Road. Central School opened in 1903 as an elementary and high school. After the new high school was built on Depot Road in 1941, elementary students continued to be taught at Central until 1977. Built in 1926, Brookside Elementary School was used until 1970 when Rolling Ridge Elementary was built. Klein Elementary has been in use since 1955. The first 12 rooms of the Fred S. Clark Elementary School were constructed in 1959. After several major renovations, all of the schools are now able to accommodate the newest technology. In 1960, a senior high addition was built next to the 1941 high school building, which then became the junior high. Renovations in 1972 and 1998 enhanced Harbor Creek Senior High. A new junior high was constructed in 1991. The Paul White Stadium was named for Skylab astronaut and 1949 Harbor Creek graduate. In 2001, the original stadium was completely replaced with a state-of-the-art athletic field and an 8-lane paved track. It has become a community asset with seating for 5,000 people. Known for quality education and family involvement, Harbor Creek School District fosters a community atmosphere. Penn State Erie The Barron College came into being in 1948 as a gift of Mary Barron, wife of Ernst Barron, who was the co-founder of Hammermill Paper Company. The Barron's Glen Hill Farm became the original 400 acres of the campus. Penn State Barron has grown to an inspiring 725 acres, which encompasses the Knowledge Park complex. The college leaders and visionaries include Reed Ferguson, Irvin Cockle, Dr. John Lilly, and Dr. Jack Burke, who have promoted the school from 146 students to over 4,000 students with 40 majors. Several of these majors have been implemented under the direction of Chancellor Dr. Jack Burke.
In the Humanities and Social Sciences, we've just started a unique program. It's the only one of its kind in the state of Pennsylvania. It's a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Creative Writing, which is growing by leaps and bounds. We have great hopes for that program. And then we have our School of Business and our School of Engineering. The Black School of Business is a named School of Business, and our School of Engineering. Together, they are located in the Red Sea Building, which stands for Research and Economic Development Center. It is the only place in the country at the moment where we have accredited School of Business and Engineering programs under the same roof, offering programs not only in their areas, but we're developing programs where business and engineering intersect. So that is a major feat for us to try to pull that off, and that building is the largest academic building in Penn State outside of the University Park campus. And for the first time have enough space to accommodate the number of students we have. We also have about 2,000 students living on campus, so we're somewhat of a village on our own right, and I do expect that to grow, especially across the new Bayfront Connector Highway, which was built, planned for many, many years, and then built in the early 2000s, and that made a big difference on this campus, as I'm sure it did to all of Harbor Creek. It connected the Bayfront to Interstate 90 right through Harbor Creek.
Penn State Barron has over 250 species of trees and a native forest spanning spectacular ravines with walking trails for the public's enjoyment. The entire 725 acres is the Penn State Barron Arboretum, which was dedicated in 2003 as part of the Harbor Creek Bicentennial.
The Barrons had planted a great number of trees here, a wide variety, And now I'm pleased to say that we actually have all 50 state trees on campus. Now, a couple of them are in greenhouses because they won't survive in the Erie winters, but we do have an arboretum here. It's a self-tour arboretum, although we certainly open that up to the public and we'll give guided tours.
Knowledge Park, where higher education integrates with technology and business, blends into the natural landscape of the Arboretum. Opportunities for Penn State Barron grew out of a new partnership resulting in Knowledge Park. The intent is for research and technology companies to utilize the resources within the park, the college, and the community. The college continues to benefit from internships, curriculum development, and faculty research. Monica Brower, President and CEO of Economic Development Corporation of Erie County, has been involved in the progression since its inception.
Knowledge Park was formed as a partnership between Penn State University and the Greater Erie Industrial Development Corporation, with the idea started way back in 1995 from the then President John Lilly, who really wanted to get Penn State more involved in economic development and supporting our community and diversifying the economy. So the park started back in 1995. Our first tenant moved in January of 1999, and from there the park has grown to 5 buildings, 13 tenants, and over 400 employees. So there really has been a lot of growth in the park, which has created opportunities in Harborcreek for more people to move in and live here, for them to take advantage of all of the development going on in the rest of the township as well. The state was very instrumental in helping us create this park. Tom Ridge, who was governor at the time, was very generous with Erie and committed $10.5 million in state capital grant funds to put in the initial infrastructure and create part of the park. The Knowledge Center building, which is a conference center facility for use by tenants, was dedicated to Tom Ridge because of his generosity and his support and really his desire to create a legacy in Erie County and to help the community grow and expand. In addition to state funds, there was also some local funds and tax incentives as well as federal funds that were put into the park on top of Penn State's commitment and GIDC's commitment and financial support in creating the park itself.
Katrina Smith, Chief Operating Officer, promotes the collegiate atmosphere and works with the tenants for their mutual benefit.
We're very excited about some of the recent developments within the park. Specifically, we've had some new build-outs, we've had some new companies looking at coming here and are actually getting ready to commit to being located in the park. But one of the exciting things about that is that we also have continued room for development. We have over 9 lots that additional companies can come and build multi-tenant facilities or single-tenant facilities. And we're continuing to go out and promote the park and that availability. We're actually almost to the point now where we will have to begin looking at possibly constructing a new multi-tenant facility, which is an exciting step for our organization and for the university. So at this time, we continue to go out and market what we have here and market the amenities and the partnership with the university.
The dedicated and industrious people of Harborcreek have worked together to establish a community full of pride within their heritage and culture. The organizations we presented and many more all cooperate to provide the welcoming atmosphere of Harborcreek.